verbal on.
Don't
Right.
fuck about money.
Here's a question for you guys. Did you guys hear about the problem with Praz, the guy from Refugees? Or the guy from
Oh
Fugis?
yeah, I heard something about that. Oh, the CIA agent, the FBI agent, the I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell your mama agent.
Yeah, what you heard about that, Nate? What do you feel is in?
I don't know, man. I heard he got caught giving information to China, and then they converted him to work for the FBI to get documents from Russia, something like that realm.
At the end of the day, the government trying to get the money back that he stole, that he got from China, and all the dealings that he did. And ultimately, he said no, he didn't have the money available, so he ended up going to jail for like a very long time. So here's a question that Vlad TV had. I want you guys to see the clip. Let me
put it on. Let me see.
Let me put it on. It's better if he asks the question, just listen up, and then we'll go from there.
Here's an interesting question. I remember I brought this up on my Twitter. I'm going to ask you this: if you had a choice, 5 years in prison or 5 years homeless and broke the entire time, meaning that no, you can't make money while you're homeless. You're basically broke, panhandling to just scrape by and eating out of garbage cans and stuff like that. Which one would you do? 5 years of prison or 5 years fully homeless?
Good question, sir.
Right. Because you do have a roof over your head in prison.
Absolutely.
And meals.
Yes.
Security.
Yes.
Someone might rape you though. But then again, on the street, someone might rape you too. So,
Yeah.
It's kind of...
I'd rather be homeless.
You'd rather be homeless?
I'd rather be homeless because I've been to jail.
Okay.
And
have you been homeless though?
I've never been homeless. But I think I can manage being homeless. I think I can manage sleeping under a highway.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know if I could.
Yeah, I think I can manage.
See, I've never really been to prison. I've been to jail here and there.
Here's the thing that I tell people in the world.
Rather be homeless or in prison for 5 years? And that was kind of the question I want to ask you guys. Would you rather be homeless forever for the rest of your life or in prison for 5 years? What's your take, Nate?
Man, I'll be homeless. Fuck that. Get a tan, try to flirt with every girl I see so they can pick me up and take me home. I'll be homeless. 5 years is a long time for me. Shit.
Yeah, man. Jail is crazy. How about you, Jay? Would you rather be homeless or in prison for 5 years?
I mean, look, that's all going to depend on what my finances look like. Because, for example, if I'm a millionaire, I'll take my 5 years in jail and come out a millionaire. Now, if I'm broke and I'm struggling in life, I might, be like, well, fuck it. If I'm homeless, I can beg for money. Fuck it, whatever, But if my finances are to a point where I can, take care of myself, take care of my family, I'll take the 5 years and come out being a millionaire still.
So a lot of it has to do with your finances, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about you, the teacher? What about you?
Prison is a scary place to be in because you go in there, now you got to protect yourself. People going to try to murk you and fight all the time. It's a scary situation to be in there.
Let me break something down to you, Noel. People who commit white collar crimes, which Praz committed, don't end up in a jail with a bunch of murderers and killers. They usually, the guy in the cell next to you committed tax evasion.
Yeah.
And the guy in the other cell next to you stole some paper clips from Staples.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. You ain't doing time with no murderers.
No murderers, no killers, no kidnappers, no rapists. Nah.
Oh, so
Listen,
you tell me they separate those?
The toughest guy you will run into in that jail will be some guy who killed a bird with a slingshot.
Yeah. So they in the safe side. They got them in the safe house. No.
See, that's something a lot of people don't know. How they separate like the worst of the worst case scenario, and just put him there to wait for his time prison to expire, and like there's no real threats.
Yeah, they actually look within the prisons. They classify inmates, but they also classify the prisons themselves. So people who commit those type of crimes, they don't even go to a prison where they find gang members and all this crazy stuff. They go to a prison where the people who are there committed minimal crimes and they're basically a minimum security prison where they even can go outside to clean the streets and all that stuff. So it's a different thing.
So it's a walk in the park is what you're saying. It's not really that serious.
I'm telling you, if I'm a millionaire, I'll do those 5 years standing on my head.
All right. I stepped in. If I'm a millionaire, step in and claim suicide. Put me in suicide watch. Diablo, man. Keep them, man. Keep them.
I'll be on vacation.
Yeah.
So then it sounds like Pras has no problem, even though they're going to give him like 20 years. So he's probably going to come out like an old man.
Whoa. We was talking about 5 years. You're talking about 20 years.
This motherfucker just added a couple of it.
He's doomed.
5 to 20. God
Listen. If you're over 50 years old, which I think Pras is, or he's close to at least, a 20-year sentence could very well be a life sentence.
Damn. Yeah.
You might not make it to 70 in prison.
No, give him 5. Nigga just threw 20 right there. Boom.
Damn.
I don't want you to be my judge.
But don't you get a protection? Like they gotta save you. They gotta medics.
No. When I say he probably won't make it to 70, is that people who go to jail, they don't live the same lifestyle, obviously, as someone who's outside. So yeah, they get medical treatment and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they deteriorate much faster because of different things, whether it's mental, physical stuff that happens to them. And they don't, most prisoners don't make it to 90, 100 years old. They die before that.
Yeah.
So if you get a lengthy sentence and you're old, you're probably not going to be going anywhere. Un saludo a la Negra 20 que está aquí con nosotros en el canal. Te apreciamos. Muchas gracias.
And then who's that talking? Fruit Forest.
For coverage, yeah. Just look for how Brand play missing the dunk. Pero quién es?
LeBron missed the dunk. I gotta see that.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, man. He tried to show off. He tried to do a windmill and the ball slipped out. Yeah, man. Fruit Forest Cabaret. I saw him miss that dunk. That was bullshit. He fucked up, man.
That's what I meant.
It's the playoffs, man. You don't play around.
Butterfinger motherfucker.
No, but this the playoffs, man. Dunk that shit. Stop playing games.
Yeah, Butterfinger. Shoot. Coño. And wide open. No excuse.
Yeah, let me run that real quick.
That shit was crazy, man. I was like, wait a minute. What the hell is LeBron doing?
Almost blocked by Davis. Picked up by Schroeder.
On a fast break. Easy dunk. Easy money.
Hold on, let me rewind it.
You know what I'm saying? Easy dunk, easy money, easy 2 points. Look at this.
He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it.
Goofball. That was goofball shit.
Oh man.
Straight goofball shit. Yo, but listen, let's get back to Vlad real quick because our time is right.
So, yo, write your comment below. What do you think Pras should do? You know what I mean? Good luck to Pras and to the Fujis. And that's the end of that.
Negra, go shout out, and they covered up about the topic. Good looking out, guys. Keep sending them.
All right.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so. Moving on up.
Let's move on to the last
on life.